Right now at noon, the Oklahoma Municipal League throws its support behind the city of Miami in the ongoing battle with the GRDA.
And we're finally seeing clear skies for the weekend. I'll have those details coming up.
Plus, advancing agriculture education, how a new center is shaping the future of hands-on learning.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Snowy. New at noon today, a Webb City Schools employee has been placed on administrative leave following an incident with a social justice group confronting the employee about predatory behavior. Indiana-based group Bikers Against Predators claims to have had an ongoing online conversation with the adult male employee, with the group posing as an underage girl. Yesterday, the group confronted the employee in Webb City, including posting a live 38-minute video on social media. Webb City police responded and detained the employee. The Webb City School District released a statement yesterday addressing the incident, saying in part, quote, "The district's #1 priority is keeping our students safe, and upon learning of these allegations, the district immediately cooperated with the Webb City Police Department and put the staff member on administrative leave. Until this matter has been properly investigated by the local law enforcement, the district is not in a position to share any additional information as prohibited by board policies. However, we will continue to cooperate with local authorities as they continue their investigation," end quote. You can read the full story on our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. Now let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney.
Well, it was a bit of a rainy morning. We had some thunderstorms, mostly staying south of I-44, but all started to clear out, so we're looking good. Now, we did have a bit of rainfall across the area, not a ton, which was good. We've had a lot of flooding going on, especially over the last couple of weeks, so we didn't need a ton of additional rainfall. Now, you can see just south of Joplin, only got about 1/4 of an inch. Miami, about 1 inch of rain. Pineville, almost 1 inch, and then Bentonville, staying out in Arkansas, even south of Cassville, saw about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rain. Now, through the rest of the afternoon and into early evening, we are going to continue to see just these pop-up chances of rainfall, pop-up thunderstorms, not severe, but they are going to stick around through the evening hours. So taking a look, you can see it's now 2:30. We're having a few of these thunderstorms still popping up just north of that cold front. They're elevated storms, and again, not a severe threat, and also not dropping a ton of rain. Now, all of those clear out, we're going to have a couple more of these what we call pulse storms. They're mostly just these spring thunderstorms. Those are going to continue to pop up. This is now 6:30 in the evening, so just continuing to pop up before it all starts to clear out. And then we have clear skies to end our Friday. By about 10 p.m., all of it's cleared out, and then we're starting the weekend off. Clear skies, a little bit cooler, but finally seeing sunny skies and no chance of rain, at least for a couple of days. But I'm going to have a full forecast coming up.
All right, Lindsay, thanks. Well, the city of Miami gets a major backing in its ongoing battle with the Grand River Dam Authority. Continuous flooding in Miami has become the norm, an issue the city blames on the GRDA. Now, city leaders claim the GRDA prioritizes profit over safety by maintaining elevated lake levels. They say those levels have led to repeating flooding, destroying homes and businesses, stunting economic growth, and endangering lives. The GRDA manages Grand Lake and Pensacola Dam. The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission recently ruled the GRDA was in violation of its operational license, a license it's been running on since 1992, and it's due for renewal at the end of this month. The Oklahoma Municipal League is now backing the city of Miami and wants to hold the GRDA accountable. In a letter to the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, the league urges the FERC to impose limitations and requirements regarding the relicensure and operations of the Pensacola Dam. Miami Mayor Bless Parker shared a copy of the letter on Facebook, thanking the league for its support of Miami and its citizens. Well, reports of a traffic incident led Jasper County authorities to discover something of a sugar crash. A tractor trailer loaded with snack cakes crashed near the Carthage Underground on Jack Pine Road. Liberty Utilities responded to the crash as it took out a power pole. Authorities say the driver, who was uninjured, dropped right tires off the road and couldn't recover, causing a rollover. The vehicle was loaded with 24,000 pounds of snack cakes. Now, the cargo didn't spill out. A Missouri State Fire Marshal is investigating a house fire near Missouri Southern. Yesterday at around 6 p.m., local first responders were alerted to a fire on the 4200 block of University Circle. Smoke and flames could be seen from the home. The front window was broken out of on the home, along with fire damage. No one was located inside the home and no firefighters were injured. And students at Northeast Tech's Afton campus got a powerful lesson yesterday on the dangers of distracted and impaired driving. 2 mock crash drills, one in the morning and one in the afternoon, played out like a real emergency, complete with first responders, air evac, and Oklahoma Highway Patrol on scene. The simulation gave students a first-hand look at just how quickly a bad decision can turn tragic. After the crash, students visited safety booths and heard from officers and emergency workers about the reality they see every day.
It's very great that students can have the knowledge of seeing other stuff, like these wrecks, of just being around it, like seeing it, realizing that this is real and this bad stuff can happen.
Now, the event was meant to drive home a simple message: stay safe, stay sober, and stay alive behind the wheel. Well, a school in Southwest Missouri plants the seeds for the future of its ag students. Neosho School District has a reason to celebrate as the ribbon is cut on their new agriculture center yesterday. The 30,000 square foot facility, funded through the 2023 no levy bond issue, will house 400 students, grades 7th through 12th. Officials say the facility provides not only more space for both students and teachers, but also gives students the chance to have a more interactive, hands-on learning experience.
I think, first of all, just being educated about where their food and fiber comes from is important, but then also we have a lot of things through FFA that we teach the soft skills that a lot of employers and people would like, the leadership development, all of that. Whether they go into the ag field or not, we feel like we can help set them up for a successful future, no matter what that might be in.
Neosho students will begin using the facility in the fall. And Carthage FFA members were able to show off their green thumbs this morning. The annual plant sale took place this morning with hanging baskets, succulents, garden veggies, and houseplants, all up for community members to come and purchase. Well, coming up, 2 future doctors find both love and their dream residencies. See how Match Day brought this KCU Joplin couple one step closer to their future. And later, we're making hot brown bites in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Well, Match Day is a big day for medical students where they find out where they'll start their residency program. Now, 2 engaged medical students were lucky enough to match just 50 minutes away from each other. KOAM's Melissa Alexis has more on the couple.
It all started when Michaela Lebo came to KCU Joplin from San Diego to pursue her dream of being a doctor. She ended up finding even more. KCU Joplin is where she found love.
During my first year of medical school and Dominic's second year of medical school, so we were in 2 different classes. We met at a local bar here in Joplin, Missouri, and didn't know each other prior to that night.
That's where their love story begins. And for the coming years, they would spend every step of their medical school journey together, even helping each other with studying.
Our first and second year, we saw a lot of each other on campus, studied together.
Years before Match Day, Dominic took an educational opportunity that would also increase their chances of couples matching in the future.
I took a year off at an anatomy fellowship where I got a chance to lead by example and teach and really develop research based around cadaver. And so I had to take that year, not only just to make myself more competitive for orthopedics, but for us to line up better.
All of the couple's hard work and dedication paid off because the 2 of them will begin their residency in July, just about 50 minutes away from each other. She'll be in Detroit, Michigan, and he'll be in Grand Blanc, Michigan.
It's really hard to do, and we just got so lucky. I mean, there's that old saying of opportunity and hard work is where luck meets.
But before that, their next step is their wedding in just a few days.
Over the moon. You know, it's hard not to be excited for a future in orthopedics and excited for my fiance here, soon to be wife, 16 days away.
Reporting in Joplin, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
Michaela matched into the ear, nose, and throat specialty, and Dominic matched into orthopedic surgery. Well, Joplin area Catholic schools hold mock conclaves. Now, students at St. Peter Middle School and McCully Catholic High School experience a closer look at the process for choosing a new pope. Now, the kids spend the week exploring the conclave process, learning more about the top papal contenders, and evaluating things like age, country of origin, years as a cardinal, and roles of committees they serve on within the church.
Understanding the process and understanding that just like the democratic process in the United States, their vote, their thoughts are super important because
while the initial vote took place yesterday, the final voting process took place complete with the release of smoke to announce the news. Now, in case you're wondering, the students chose Cardinal Reinhard Marx to become the next pope. Well, we'll just see if those students are right in a few days. And still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
We have a winning recipe just in time for the Kentucky Derby. It's amazingly good, and we're not horsing around.
Finally seeing a chance of clear skies for the weekend. I'm going to have those details right after this. Well, it's been a bit of a rainy morning this morning. Nice way to start off our Friday, unfortunately, but we're clearing out. Let's go ahead and take a look outside. We can see our radar, all that rain pushing off to the east, and we've got still a couple of isolated chances for showers and thunderstorms towards this evening. Now, Pittsburgh did get a little bit of those sprinkles, but cleared out pretty quickly, and now we're ending the day with temperatures in the 60s. So we've got a good looking rest of our day. A couple of isolated showers, a couple of isolated pop-up thunderstorms, but most of us are going to stay dry through the rest of the evening and afternoon. That you can see, this shows our next 24 hours, about 4 p.m., 8 p.m. A couple of these spikes is where we're going to see some of those pop-up thunderstorms. But by this evening, 9, 10 p.m., nearly all the clouds are heading out of here. All the rain is definitely cleared out. Temperatures are going to continue to drop down through the 50s, low 50s to upper 40s is our overnight low tonight and into early Saturday. And then you can see Saturday temperatures for the high in the mid to upper 60s. Now, normally, we're sitting in the temperatures in the mid to lower 70s, so we're about 5 to even 10 degrees cooler than average this weekend. Sunday is going to be a tad bit warmer, upper 60s to even hitting about 70 to 71 degrees, so it won't be too bad. It's going to be a really beautiful weekend because it's finally dry weather, and as you can see, sunny skies all weekend long. Now, we are sitting, as we head into the weekend, right underneath a ridge, which is our area of high pressure, meaning we're going to get warm air moving in, especially from the south, although following this morning's showers, we had a cold front pass. That's why we're starting off our Saturday a little bit cooler, but warming up on Sunday and even more so on Monday. And then by Tuesday, our easterly low pressure system starts to push off, and then that gives way to our westerly low pressure system, and it moves over our area. Now, it's a pretty large low pressure system, and it's not giving us a very low pressure in the center of that, meaning we're not going to have as big of a severe threat. Definitely getting some thunderstorms, definitely getting some rain showers, and that's going to start by 7 p.m. You can see on Tuesday where the outskirts of that line of storms starts to push into our area, and then following Tuesday storms, we are just seeing consistent chances of rain. Wednesday, now Thursday, this is Thursday afternoon, still some maybe lighter chances of rain, but still some rain. So what we're expecting, most likely, again, like we've seen for the last couple of weeks, days of consistent rainfall chances leads us to flooding risks. So although we may not see a severe threat, as big of a severe threat, we are definitely going to see most likely some more flooding chances. And then you can see how our ridge lines back up following that low pressure system once we head into next weekend. But we're going to have chances of rain Tuesday all the way through Saturday before our next break, which will be next Sunday. So I encourage everyone to get into, at least outdoors, maybe get a little yard work done. I know I'm going to need to do that this weekend with sunny skies and average temperatures.
All right, Lindsay, thanks. And stick around. We're making hot brown bites in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. In honor of the Kentucky Derby, Howard's making hot brown bites in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Just want to give you a heads up that this Saturday is the Kentucky Derby. You probably won't want to miss it since the Derby is known as the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. And whether you're going to watch it at home or you're planning on having the impromptu Derby bash, I have just a thing to serve that's always a winner. They're called hot brown bites, and they're as much a part of the Derby as a mint julep or those big floppy hats. We start by placing slices of party rye bread on a baking sheet and topping each piece with some thinly sliced turkey breast. Slices of tomato go on top of that, and right before serving, we spoon on a homemade cheese sauce, and under the broiler they go. Once the sauce starts to bubble and the edges get golden, they're ready to finish with, get this, some crumbled bacon. Do these look good or what? Between the layers of the turkey, the creamy cheese sauce, and the smoky bacon, what's not to love? As always, the recipe for hot brown bites, as well as our Derby chocolate pie and our mint juleps, are online now. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a Derby fun way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. Very good?
You can, of course, find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
The rest of the evening, following a couple of isolated showers, thunderstorms are going to be clear. Temperatures are dropping down into the low 50s, upper 40s, starting off our Saturday a little cooler. High temperatures on Saturday in the upper 60s, same on Sunday, but a nice long stretch of sunny skies before our next chance of rain next Tuesday.
All right, and coming up tonight at 5, we'll take a look at an app that's looking to help people with the early detection of ALS symptoms. Plus, the Girard police chief has resigned. We'll have the latest. And Arvis Bank has partnered with the Salvation Army to raise funds for their Million Meals campaign. You can join us for those stories and a whole lot more tonight on KOAM News at 5. And that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. Have a great rest of your weekend.